Guys, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by. Quick little video today. Went to an antique show, not an antique shop, an antique show, and I picked up a few old pocket watches and a Art Deco Boulevard watch. Now, one thing I've noticed is that these antique shows, they've been dying and dying a little bit every year. A few years ago, we couldn't assist to all of them. They were so busy all the time. There were so many of them that there would be one every other week. Nowadays, there's one or two a year. And that brings up the question, is the antique market dying? Is the antique market hurting? Or is the antique market not disappearing, but has already disappeared? That's a big question. A lot of us that used to like doing these antiques just simply are asking ourselves, not flea markets, not garage sales, not estate sales. You really can find a lot of things on these places. Estate sales, they hire companies now that ask outrageous amounts of money for things. So you go into an estate sale and they'll see a pocket watch like this and they'll want $1,000 for that pocket watch without doing any research, without doing any real market evaluation. They just put a price there and hope somebody comes in and pays the price for it. And I think they fool some people, because I mean they keep asking outrageous prices at these places. But I'm talking about real antique shows where people that used to know the business, used to set up shop and sell their antiques, but they're dying, or they're dead already. I'd rather say. And it's a shame. It's a shame that these places, just simply went extinct, from 2 years ago to now. And that is why, because there is no market for these watches. I picked up, just to give you an idea, I picked up these two pocket watches. I'm servicing both of them. So that's why I got the dial out on this one. I picked up these two pocket watches and a jug full of pocket watch crystals for next to nothing. And when I mean next to nothing, I'm talking about under $50, guys. Now, on this one, I am going to do a complete service on this watch. That's why I have to dial out. I already cleaned it. I already reassembled most of it, but I am waiting for a mainspring. So I thought I had one that would fit, because the mainspring on this watch broke. The main problem with pocket watches is balance staffs or mainsprings. That's the main two problems with these old pocket watches. So, like I said, I cleaned the movement, I lubricated, and I had a mainspring that I thought would work, but it is not giving it's not giving the watch enough energy to run like it's supposed to. So I am ordering, or I'd already ordered another mainspring for this watch. And the only reason I'm fixing this watch, it's because the dial, the porcelain dial, it's in mint condition. You can see it here. The porcelain dial, it's got no hairlines. It is just a beautiful dial. The hands are nice and blued. I showed you in other videos how I cleaned the hands, and just a nice dial all around. This one, I like the way it came with the pouch. And one of the things I really liked about this watch is that it was dedicated. Dedicated to, see if I could focus here. Will it focus? There we go. To a Bertha Dobson, May 22nd of 1890. So that makes this little watch about 100 and some years old. And I just gave it a little bit of oil, and the watch started working. It was eager to start working, and I bought a jug of crystals, so I will be installing a crystal on this watch as well. This watch right here, nice Bulova Curvex. This watch is long, it's not short, and I'll show it to you on the wrist. It basically takes up all the wrist. It's thin, it doesn't have a lot of width to it, but you could see the length. It is very long, like the Gruen Corvex. So this is the Boulevard edition of the Curvex. It's just a really nice watch. And I also ordered another movement so I could get donor parts for these watches. And, I'm doing it, and I've said it in other videos. Why am I fixing these watches? Well, because I can. And I'll do it in my spare time. I don't have a lot of spare time nowadays, but I'll find some spare time to get these working and, make them work another 100 years, I guess. So, guys, quick little video today. Oh, before I forget, I also got a nice pen. Pens are always in demand. Every time I go to these places, I like to buy these pens. This one has an 18 karat nib. I'll see if it could focus. There you go. and it's a Waterman made in France. So if anybody wants the pen, shoot me a message here or on Instagram, direct message me, and let me know what your offer is, guys. But guys, nice watches. You could still find a lot of these antiques, and if you got somebody that could fix them on the cheap, or if you know how to fix them on the cheap, they're always worth getting. So guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care of yourself.